Hi guys, this is John again from Sonic Drive Studio. Thanks for tuning into this channel. I recently released a video in which I demonstrate the Fractal Audio Axe effects and AX8 in multiple styles. This includes tones ranging from pristine cleans to heavy downtuned metal. I've put a link to that video in the description below and I recommend watching that before you view this video. I'll be doing more of these videos for different platforms such as Helix Native, the Kemper, etc. So please subscribe if you want to see more. This final episode will focus on the 8-string modern metal tones of the video. Some of the settings of these presets, such as the noise gate and room reverb, have already been discussed in the previous episodes, so I also recommend watching those. With this mini song, I was aiming for a sound heavily inspired by Meshuggah. I even used my Ibanez M80M 8-string 29.4 scale Meshuggah signature model because it simply delivers that sound. I've tried and owned quite a few 8-string guitars, but none have come close to that sound. However, that doesn't mean that you won't be able to get a great 8-string sound with different guitars. It will just sound different and could require more tweaking. After the input gate settings, as explained in episode 1, we start the chain with the drive block using the T808 OD model, which is based on a tube screamer. This is used to very much tighten the sound of the guitar before hitting the amp. Drive is set to 0. Tone is set to 10 and level is also set to 10. What's also very important to getting a tight 8-string guitar tone is the bass control here, which we've turned down to about -5. Bass will be added back in later by using an amp with a big low end. I'm using the Recto 1 Red amp model again, as in a previous episode, episode 3 to be exact. Drive is set to 5. Bass is turned down a little bit and mids and treble are left untouched. Presence is set to 3.94, and I've also lowered the master here to keep the amp sound more open and less congested. Turning this up will result in more power amp distortion, which leads to more saturation and compression. For getting a clear, tight and open metal tone, we don't want those characteristics too much, so beware this control. In the cab block, I'm running the OwnHammer Orange 4x12 with the M25 speaker option from the Heavy Hitters Collection 1. This is by far the most used IR for 8-string tones in my case, as it sounds huge. Low cut is turned up to 80 Hz and motor drive is turned up to 1.68. And I'm using the preamp saturation here for some subtle coloring and warmth. And we're ending the chain here with the reverb settings, which are also explained in episode 1, just to give the sound a bit more room, depth and openness. In the DAW, I'm using the Slate SSL EQ again to remove some unwanted muddiness at around 280 Hz, and also filtering out even more lows under 80 Hz. Then I've added the Aosis Air EQ again to slightly tame some of the low-end resonant peaks, and adding some gentle presence at 2K with a very wide bell. Usually, during the mixing stage, it becomes evident that these tweaks are needed in order for the guitars to work well with the rest of the instruments. And finally, we're using the Waves F6 Dynamic Equaliser again. We're using this to tame more of the low-end resonant peaks as previously explained in episode 3. Now that's all for this first video series. I hope you enjoyed it and picked up a few tricks here and there. Stay tuned for more and more videos on different platforms soon. I hope you enjoyed this video and please hit subscribe and follow us on facebook.com/sonicdrivestudio to stay up to date. Thanks a lot for watching.